If you think that your therapy is not working or that your therapist is not helping you, um, the first thing I would do is would raise it with a therapist. In general, we try to have an open and authentic relationship with our therapists, and hopefully your therapist will also ask for feedback. So hopefully you can clarify that worry with your therapist. If you feel that you can't do that with your therapist for any reason, or if your therapist is not inviting you to do that, then it may be useful to review your therapy relationship by perhaps seeking a second opinion. And the second opinion could be provided, for example, by the clinic, where we reassess the situation, we advise you what the problem is, we advise you about what we think might be helpful for your condition, and you may then find that the therapy indeed is not working for you. Remember that those therapies vary. Therapies have got a varying evidence base for different conditions, and it's sometimes good to get a second opinion and a specialist to advise you about what therapy would work best for your problem. So there might be a case that your therapist is challenging you in therapy, and even though that might not be feeling nice to you, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not helpful. So one also has to consider that if there is a trusting and authentic relationship in a therapy process, that your therapist might gently challenge you in the therapy. The impression might arise that the therapy is not working for you, but it might actually be what you need. Sometimes we all need to be challenged. And a therapy is a process where this can happen in a safe way. While in the past there was only one form of therapy, which was psychoanalysis, over the last 40 to 50 years, there have been a range of therapies that have been developed. Those include cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, EMDR, eye movement desensitization, mindfulness-based therapies, schema therapies. There's a lot of different therapies out there, and sometimes for members of the public and even mental health professionals, it can be quite confusing to know which therapy is for what. And when your therapy doesn't work, it may be useful to get a second opinion and see if perhaps you're not having the right therapy. Therapy can be a bit like medication, in a way that you need to have the right diagnosis for the right medication. If you haven't got the right diagnosis, you might be taking the wrong medication. The same applies to therapy. If you don't have the right therapy for the right condition, you might not get better, or you might feel it's not helpful. So to have that process reviewed can be the first step, but also you may want to research the different therapy options by going online, by looking at the NICE guidance, looking at all the abbreviations, and finding evidence of how these different therapies work and if they would be working for you.